Hello and welcome. Friday Night Frights are back, but today it is not the Haunting of Seawall Orphanage. It is a brand new show, Urban Shadows show called Eclipse. And so while we have some familiar friends and faces here tonight, leading us down this merry path into the city with its many horrors, will not be Jonathan Fry, but tonight will be Tommy. Hi, Tommy.
Hello. Yes, I will be running us through a little story set in the Urban Shadows system. I am Tommy at Imperator Pengu on the Twitter sphere. I will be your master of ceremonies tonight.
Are you feeling good, Tommy? Are you nervous? How you doing?
I mean, there's always going to be that underlying nervousness when running a show, but I am super excited to play with all of these amazing people.
I too am very excited to play. Why don't we go and say hi to some of them? Don, how does it feel not being in Tommy's seat today?
Oh, it feels so good. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play Urban Shadows. It's a game that I've never played before, but I've often admired from afar, and I love this group of people. I'll be playing Octavius Mann. He goes by Octo, and he surfs. That's what he does. That's his life, out in the waves. So I'm excited to meet everybody else's characters too.
Me too. It is known his life is the waves. And leading us on his own very special wave, the man who made the intro, Travis. Hi, Trav.
Oh, hey, hello. How's it going? I'm excited to be here.
Oh, good.
72 degrees in Los Angeles, here in the beautiful San Fernando Valley. And I'm very glad to be here. I'm playing Joe Rebane. He's a poor man's Walter Hill who wanted to be John Carpenter, and he just had to retire his Cheers finale crew barn jacket that he wore nonstop for about 20 years. It's a very sad moment, and I'm glad you liked the trailer, and I'm ready to rock. All these people are amazing. We're all basically family at this point, so let's get it on.
And one of my favorite Friday rock stars rejoining us tonight is Ray. Hello.
Oh, hey. Hey, I'm Ray with a brick conveniently right above my head. I'm playing Ida June, who is really awesome, really badass, and I can't wait to dive into her character 100% and make everybody maybe hate me a little bit. But yeah, woo! I'm so excited to be back.
I am so excited to be back as well. And someone I will never hate is Lydia Heels. Hello, Lydia.
Hello, I'm Lydia. I'm Lydia Heels. I'm going to heal you with some essential oils, apparently. I'm going to play Juniper Perry. She's kind of a hippie. She also has a slight brain injury. She probably will forget anything you tell her. I can't wait. I can't wait. I have a terrible memory anyway, so this is perfect. I'm so happy to be here.
I can relate, as I've just seen Fancy Grounds has turned off, so I'm going to have to fix that in a second. but someone I will never fix, no matter how often they turn off. Wait, that's not the segue I wanted to make. Hi Raiders, welcome in. We're playing some Urban Shadows Eclipse. This is the premiere, and we're gonna go say hello to Josh. Hi Josh.
Hello. How are you doing, Charlie? Is everything going well?
Everything is going well. There's a lot of buttons in front of me right now. We've just been raided by the wonderful Virginia and Susie, who are doing a co-stream tonight, Fragging Fridays. And I think welcome to all of their viewers to Friday Night Frights here on Encounter Roleplay. I'm very excited.
Indeed. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Joshua, and tonight I will be playing Auden Thornheart, the CEO of the Eden Corporation. A better tomorrow, today.
Josh, do you remember that show, Stars in Their Eyes? And it was always like, tonight, Matthew, I will be playing. Because they
Tonight,
did, like,
Matthew, I'm gonna be... Yes, it was an amazing show.
But thank you so much for that 43-month subscription. I think it's about time we get on with our amazing show. So to enable that to happen, we've got to go backwards before we can go forwards. And I'm going to hand over to Past Charlie. Past Charlie here to tell you about a few of our sponsors. Fantasy Grounds is our virtual tabletop of choice, providing us access to roles, tokens, maps, and more. You can try it today for free at fantasygrounds.com. While you're there, why not check out Fantasy Grounds Unity? World Anvil is a remarkable resource, whether you're a writer, GM, or player, organizing your campaign notes or building an entire world. Get forging today for free at worldanvil.com. And before we get into today's game, we'd like to shout out our friends at Andrews McMeel Publishing, who published the wonderful game Zweihander. If you haven't checked that out, you can catch it here on Wednesdays. We'd also like to mention Modifius, who manage and produce a wide range of RPGs. Whether you feel like being Dishonored, exploring a tale from the loop, or boldly going with Star Trek adventures, why not check out Modifius.com. And we're back. Thank you very much, Past Charlie. I am a present Charlie, and I do really want to reiterate what I said there. Please go and check out all of our sponsors. They help us do everything we do here, and we will be making a World Anvil for Eclipse. I haven't warned Tommy about this yet, but we are going to make one so that you can find out all the little secrets about this world and our characters very soon. You can, of course, interact with today's stream by hitting that retweet button, #1, and unlocking Banes and Boons, by hitting that sub button if you can, and unlocking an event, or by hitting the clip button and showing us how silly we are on the internet. There's also the donation options down below, and I'll get the mods to put it over in chat so you can check those out as well. But Tommy, over to you.
Oh yes. Now that was great. Thank you. I now have to write down more work that I have to do that. No, I'm very excited to introduce the world of Eclipse to all of you, and sort of to bring everyone in chat up to speed. We will be playing in the Urban Shadows system. It is a political urban fantasy game, powered by the Apocalypse game. Our game, Eclipse, is set in a modern yet alternative universe, Los Angeles. And besides the fact that the supernatural does exist in the city, it is a city of our own. In Urban Shadows, our agenda will be to make the city feel political and dark, to keep the characters' lives out of control and evolving, and to play to find out what happens. Now, before we start, I would just like to take this moment to remind the audience that the most important thing to enjoy this is to make sure you're taking care of yourselves. This may be an urban fantasy game, but there will most certainly be times where what's happening in game may seem very much real and very much in tune with the world around us. So I just want to remind everyone that it's okay to step away from the stream if you need to. We will be here when you get back. And with that, let us get into the game. Los Angeles is a great sprawl of a city, home to nearly 19 million people. Unlike other cities, skyscrapers do not dominate the skyline here. Instead, the city seems to stretch endlessly on towards the horizon in all directions, except to the west where it meets the Pacific Ocean. The people here are as varied and different as the architecture, where 1950s retro butts heads with 2000s minimalism, all in a city block. It is a city that is both stuck in the past and looking towards the future. And beneath it all, the unseen world can be louder here, messier and bolder than other cities. What can't be passed off as LA strange can be taken care of with deep pockets or a good tire iron. It's March 2nd, 2020. Ida June. On a general day, what does Ida look like and what might you be up to?
Well, Ida is 5'5" and in her early 30s. She's got black short hair that's a little bit longer on the top. She tussles it over. It's normally dirty, greasy from days of not showering because she just doesn't care. She's got really dark brown eyes and a black tattoo on her face going this way, and a black tattoo going down her torso that starts at her neck going this way. She's wearing black ripped jeans, a tank top, a bomber jacket, combat boots, probably nose deep in one of her books in her room at the moment if she's not doing anything else. She's rarely in her apartment, but whenever she is, she's always involved or like engrossed in all of her books. She has like 2 very large bookcases in her room that go from floor to ceiling, covered in just like books of all shapes, sizes, and kinds. She's got leather tomes. She's got ones that look like they're from the 1500s. She's got everything in her room. But basically, just kind of sitting engrossed. It's dark, it's quiet. She's got all the shades drawn and just having time probably by herself, drinking a cup of coffee midday.
All right. Now, the reason I've started with you is because you need to make a roll.
I do.
With your, yes, you need to make a foretelling roll at the start of the session.
Okay, so I rolled a just straight 2d6.
It's 2d6. Hold on one sec.
Yeah.
2d6 plus spirit.
Plus spirit. Okay, so spirit I have
Plus
1.
spirit.
So
2d6 plus 1.
ooh, okay.
That is very good. That is a very good first roll.
It's really good.
As this is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, and a 10 plus is a full success. And as you're foretelling, on a 10 plus, you get to hold 2, and you get to spend this hold during today's session to declare that something terrible is about to happen. That is any time during today's session. And you and your allies take +1 ongoing to avoid the impending disaster.
Cool.
Now,
So in-game mechanic, just so I understand that, if it's kind of like one of those like premonitions where I'm like, oh no, something bad is about to happen, and then we have +1 in that scene for whatever is going to happen, basically. Okay.
and
cool.
yes. And in this moment, your foretelling comes as a sort of vision. Can you describe Ida as she gains one of her visions?
So her eyes go completely black, and her hair is normally all entirely black, but when she gets into a vision, it sparks white. So she's kind of like in this like reverse, like her eyes turn black, her hair turns white, and it subsides when she's done. But for like 30 seconds to a minute afterwards, she physically can't see. She's like semi-blinded for like a minute after she has her visions. So she normally has to like sit or brace up against something if she feels something like a vision coming on.
All right. You have this vision, and you are on a vantage point overlooking the city. Perhaps the Griffith Park Observatory. It's one of the best vantage points to view the city from. You see the evening sun. It is it is slowly dipping down to the west towards the ocean and below the horizon. It is casting a brilliant orangish reddish glow across the sky. And you look at the city, and just with this glow, it almost seems like the city is on fire. A moment passes by, and then it almost seems like the city breaks apart, splits into hundreds, thousands of pieces. You see the sun begin to go dark as what must be an eclipse begins to start. Eventually the sun is entirely covered up, casting the land in darkness. And then you see a large pair of eyes in the inky black sky open up. And everything around you is on fire. And then you find yourself back where you are in your apartment, having difficulty seeing, but no longer seeing the vision.
Yeah, I think so. After she has visions, if she's alone and has resources, she kind of sketches what she sees, whether it's like on a piece of paper, a napkin. So I think she would just like take the minute while her vision's coming back to her and like grab for a sketch pad or whatever and just start drawing it out for a minute and then just sit in somewhat silent contemplation about like what this could mean.
All right. We move on to perhaps a very different location, a very different part of the city. Auden, you are probably in your office. Can you please describe your character and his surroundings?
Auden Thornheart works at the Eden Tower on the 70th floor. The Eden Tower taking the place of what in our world is OCU. A beautiful skyline is now replaced by 100-story tall building. And Auden's office is most of the 70th floor. He is currently sat at a desk with a panoramic sweeping corner office window behind him. He is wearing a black suit, a black shirt, a black tie. And his desk is made of carved mahogany. It's a very old, very well-worn piece that is polished to sort of almost a dark black from years of use. And he has a simple terminal sat in front of him with a monitor that folds out into several others and a keyboard, and is currently not paying much attention to that, is just staring out the window at the surrounding skyline. He has very pale skin, swept back, black hair, quite a stylish looking individual, and he has unusual piercing yellow eyes, like vibrantly yellow eyes.
Can you describe Eden Corp a little for us? What does the public know?
Eden Corp is here to work for a better tomorrow, today. Eden Corp has been around for a very long time, and a lot of people misunderstand what Eden Corp is. They hire young, brilliant entrepreneurs. They bring in people, and as you'll see from the lobby area, the receptionists are not sat behind a desk. No, it's standing desks. We don't have a Starbucks in our lobby, no, but there is a juice bar that is entirely vegan friendly, serves perfectly organic smoothies and enriched vitamin supplements that really help you naturally be the best you. Eden Core doesn't have a car park, but it does have a charging bay for the latest in hybrids, and even has in the lobby a glass, huge open expanse. It has a parking space for bikes and for eco-friendly transport. It is a place of innovation. It is a place of forward thinking, and it is a place of youth. It's great for LA.
Yes, it is certainly a vision of the future. You hear your business phone, I don't know if you still have a landline business phone meant for conference calls and the like.
Absolutely.
Then that is the phone you hear ringing.
He picks it up, or clicks a button, loudspeaker obviously. He doesn't hold things.
You hear a familiar voice, yet one you don't hear all that often.
Hello, Auden.
Would this, by any chance, be the management?
Yes, this is very much management.
Hello, Chair. What can I do for you today? He stands up and will go and stand in front of the skyline.
I wanted to check in. How's the mayoral campaign proceeding?
As you'll see in my last report, things are going somewhat not as expected. This latest sensationalist of believe they are referring to him now by his own title, the PbtA killer, is getting more headlines. You needn't worry, we have contingencies in place.
I never have to worry about you, Auden. Which is why you should check your email.
Auden sighs, but a mite. He turns, he walks over, he opens up his desk drawer and pulls out a bottle of something that, well, it's in a carafe, obviously. Pours himself something brown and expensive, places it back in, and switches on his desk terminal and checks his email.
There is a email there. Strangely enough, the sender is withheld. Seems like a do not reply type of sender. There's a PDF attachment.
I open it.
Inside, you find a contract for the production rights to one Eyes of the Fire by E. Strebeck.
He takes a moment to skim read the contract. Something that amuses him in hindsight, but he nevertheless gets the gist of it. And he allows himself a smile and takes a long, slow pull from his glass, placing it down. Excellent. Is there a
I
meeting
thought
scheduled?
you'd like that.
Do we have
I'm
a
going to
meeting
leave this
scheduled?
one in your hands.
You needn't worry. I'll take care of all the details.
You always do. I believe you have someone in mind for this.
I do indeed. They're not aware of it yet, but you needn't worry about that. Something tells me they're about to become incredibly famous.
Get it done.
And the line goes dead.
Auden just stays staring out the window for a few seconds.
Before we continue, I would like to thank Colonomicon and Doc Crimbo for all of their gift subs. Thank you so much for supporting us and the channel. We love you very much. Thank you. So, jump back into this. Does Auden make a phone call here?
Auden walks on over to another drawer, opens it up, and inside, like a file of facts, very old, there are just business cards. And he flicks through and finds, I don't know if it's a business card, I don't know if it is just written on a piece of paper. I will allow the other individual, the person who gave me the number, to tell me what it looks like, but Auden's business cards I actually have made. They are black, they are completely cold and devoid of anything other than the bare basics. And he hasn't met the person he's about to call. It was done through an intermediary, but he is looking forward to putting a face to the file. And he dials the number.
Trav, what is J. Francis Rebane up to on a average day?
Well, we roll out of bed around 10:30. We're gonna burn one on the back porch while we drink coffee and get our mind right, and then go down to DePars, which we're there every day for coffee and just hash browns, same old thing, and read the paper, which he still does, and plans to hit the liquor store later. And then me and my roommate, Octoman, we're gonna watch Man Who Shot Liberty Valance is on TCM at 8, and we're gonna check that out and burn it down and get some. Do the red wine tonight. It's good for you. I heard it's good for the heart. So basically, a lot of coffee and weed in the morning, and then after lunch, it's a Xanax to kind of cool off. And so coffee's going to pretty much pick you up and take you where you want to go, but then you got to start coming down in the afternoon. And he's been having some chest pains and some tingling in his fingertips, but he doesn't like doctors, so he's not going to do anything about it. It's probably just too much coffee. So he'll probably only have 3 or 4 cups today, and so it's just another day in paradise, reading the paper at DuPars.
And you mentioned your roommate, housemate, freeloader. Is Octavius there at this time, or?
What time of the day is it?
It's maybe about early afternoon.
Yeah, so Octavius wakes up early. Octo wakes up early. He's got a regiment. He goes down to the beach and he spends most of the daylight hours at the beach until he gets tired or frustrated, or maybe the crowds start to disperse. So maybe he, around like mid-afternoon, he would be coming back to the house, wearing a ratty, oversized hoodie over top of his scarred torso. He has a lot of scars in his upper body. And he's got his like long blonde, bleach blonde hair tied up and held down beneath a bandana. He's just got this like no hurry in the world, plenty of time to get anywhere I'm going kind of gait to him as he's coming back to the house. He knows that there's not, I think like JF, he has this thing and he takes life easy, but like if he sets a time for movie time, like he sets 8 o'clock, like we're not going to be late. We're going to watch that movie at 8 o'clock because JF pays for pretty much everything. And Octo is there for it. So yeah, maybe he's coming back around this time.
All right. JF, as Octoman calls you. Your cell phone rings.
It's Joe. Can you hear me? Am I hearing
Yes, we can hear you now.
All right. How's it going? My phone rings? Oh, good. I'm leaving the liquor store.
All right.
Rebane Productions.
This is Auden Thornhart of the Eden Corporation. Am I speaking to, there's the sound of rustling paper for a moment as pages are turned. Mr. Joseph Francis Rebane.
You bet you are. What do you know? What do you say?
I say I have an opportunity for you.
Oh? What's, okay. That's a fun time. Why don't you, okay, hang on, I'm setting this down. You have to excuse me, I'm stepping into the car. Okay. All right, shoot, opportunities. I quit power washing porches a couple years ago.
Well,
You know.
I'm not talking about power washing
Little joke.
porches. I'm talking about power washing potentially the Oscars. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. I have a script in front of me.
Okay, that's cool. I love scripts. What script? What do you have in front of you there?
It's not the kind of script you discuss over the phone. It's the kind of script you discuss face to face.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, my week is wide open. So, what did you say your name was?
Call me Auden.
Auden. Pleased to meet you over the phone. Looking forward to it. Where do you want to go? You want to hit up Moonstone Frank's? You want to do it up? You want margaritas, or where are we going?
Be at home tonight, 8 p.m. There'll be a car.
You're coming to the house? Oh, excuse me. I gotta hang on just a second. Okay, I'm better. I've got like went down the wrong tube. Yeah, 8 o'clock at the house.
See you soon, Mr. Urbane.
Yeah. So the man who shot Liberty Valance is on
Click.
TCM. So if you like John Wayne, hello, hello, Lee Marvin. No, all right, okay. That's fucking weird. Of course, I have a fucking heart attack in the middle of it. Oh, a phone call, and he starts his car.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you head back home?
Yeah, I need to go get onto the porch immediately.
Mm-hmm. I think Octavius is arriving home at this point as well, maybe a few minutes before you get here.
Yeah.
Can we talk about home
Let me.
for a second? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would love to. I was just about to
let's
ask
talk about your
that.
home.
It's up in Laurel Canyon. It's just off Wonderland. It's about 2 blocks from where John Holmes, of course, is involved in tragic murders. And it's an elementary school nearby. And the ice cream truck is going by. It's kind of tucked up off the street. And it is full of, once you get inside, there's a stuffed black bear. There's a stuffed monkey, whose name I have here somewhere. He has a great name, but it's not here in front of me. It's like Twinkie or something. But we'll have to name the monkey. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name for the monkey that's in the living room now. And posters everywhere. There's an original Wayne Barlow Inferno piece over the mantle. There's some Bernie Wrightson work on the walls. Frazetta lithographs that are not originals. Lots of just posters and posters. And Glenn or Glenda, you know, some odd stuff. And it's like it's an old school 40s walk up that still lives nestled in the hills. The mamas and the papas may very well have gotten really wasted here at some point. It's likely, but there's no way to prove it. And there's a beautiful back porch overlooking downtown Los Angeles. It's not downtown. It's the Burbank and the other side of the hill. I know this. It's been a while.
Yes, lots of hills, lots of houses that either look like they're from the 70s or look like they've been made last week. And yeah, what is you see Octavius. Does Octavius like to sit out on the porch as well? Take it easy?
Yeah, I think he's like out overlooking the valley there, and maybe like leaning against the porch, and he's just sort of twirling like a puka shell necklace in his right hand, his right finger, kind of rubbing at his midsection idly, just like staring out. He's got his glasses on so you can't see, but you can probably tell from his expression that he's just looking blankly out over the valley.
My man.
Oh, hey. What's going on?
What's up? Listen, I got a surprise for you. You ready? It's your birthday. Is it your?
I don't know when my birthday is. I don't know.
You don't know?
Is it my birthday? Wait, why is it my birthday?
I don't know. I didn't know it wasn't your birthday. It's sure it can be your birthday. Why not? It doesn't matter. Point is,
Sweet.
check this out. He reaches into his satchel valise type thing that he's clearly had for a long time, like a old school saddleback leather type thing, like a Banana Republic thing. They don't make anymore. That'll last for 1,000,000 years, and now they don't make them anyway. Somebody took it to Beirut or some shit. Anyway, he pulls. Apparently, I have a really cool bag. This is my point, according to the character sheet. Anyway, so he pulls out. All right, here we go. You ready? An original 1993 Toy Biz Dr. Octopus, mint on card, graded at an 8.9. So don't open it, and it's in this beautiful clamshell, this plastic clamshell. It's like, I just think that you need to have that. That's something I think that you should have. You understand what I'm saying? It should be in your collection.
He takes it and like he kind of turns it up and like holds it out over the valley and looks at it and like stares really hard at it, and he turns back to you and he says, I love it. Why'd you get me this?
I don't know. These things fell off a truck. They find their way to me, you know?
Dude, it's perfect.
I know, right? It's great. And it's gorgeous. I mean, look, flip it over. Look at the back. Look at, they had Punisher. Look at them. They're all standing straight up at attention. 5 points of articulation. Actually, a 7, I guess, with the knees. But either way, such a nice piece. So enjoy it, man. It's awesome. Octoman, right?
Yeah. I shouldn't open it though, right? Like this is one of those things you keep.
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
The package.
I mean, you could open it. It's going to look nice on your shelf, but I'm saying like you could open it. But if you did, it's not going to be an 8.9.
Tape it to the wall or.
No, you don't have to tape. Well, I mean, there's several ways to display it. Really, you could do a shelf or you don't want to do it in the bathroom or somewhere that's going to get with a lot of moisture, right? You want a cool, dry place. So you could put it like on a bookshelf or high on a bookshelf.
Dude.
Or even like low on a bookshelf towards the ground.
This is so thoughtful. This is so thoughtful. I'm really touched. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Can I hit that really quick? You mind? Just while you're touched.
Oh yeah. And he like scoops the bowl up off the edge of the porch and like offers it over to him, the lighter.
This is the blueberry something or other.
Yeah, I don't know.
The AK-47 or God knows.
Something fruity. I don't know.
Good times.
Hey, you want to come down to the beach with me tomorrow? I could use some support.
Some support? Are you gonna rob a bank?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
No. It's just like, I go down there every day and I'm working so hard, and like my crew is so small, and the other guy down there, his crew's so big, and I don't know, man. It's just I could use some support.
Are you in the mob now? What do you mean his crew's so big? Is this like West Side Story, or are we all snap at each other?
I can't see what they're doing while I'm on the waves, man. I just know that they're there. They're supporting him, like a whole bunch of them.
So wait a minute. You're asking me if I'll come hang out with you tomorrow and check out a surfer turf war and be your is this like the end of Godfather 1 where he has the guy just stand there and he throws his flowers away and he's like, just stand here and put your hands in your pockets and look tough? Is that what we're going to do?
You don't even have to look tough. You just have to just be there.
Okay.
And we could just hang out or whatever, afterwards. We can go wherever you want, do whatever you want.
Should I pack my 9?
No, it's not like that.
Should I strap?
I don't think you should.
No?
I don't think you should.
I
Yeah.
don't own a firearm, so I can't. But I just wanted to ask if that was like something that needed to happen, just in case just in case the shit jumps off at the surf party you're gonna go to tomorrow. Look, I love it. Let's do it. I'll get a hot dog. Fuck yeah! What time?
You had to wake up pretty early. I usually go down like 6 o'clock.
Oh my
Set
God.
up.
You get up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, man.
I've known you this
Told you I
long. I'm
work
just now
hard.
finding out the truth. All right. Cool. Well, yeah, that sounds good. Listen, our movie date might get a little interrupted. I got a weird phone call today. Somebody wants to talk about a project, so this guy's gonna come by the house. I'm gonna have the movie on, but you know, we'll get to it. Liberty Balance is really long, so I'll talk to this guy.
He's gonna come.
And we'll be there by
He's
the
gonna
time
come
you find
over.
out who actually shot Liberty Balance.
Do you need me to like smooth talk him or help out at all?
No. I'd rather you not contribute verbally, but I'll tell you what. Why don't you want me to get your back tomorrow? You give my back tonight. You hang out. I don't know this guy, so I don't know. He may be fine.
Is he a good person?
In the traditional sense, I really have no idea. He's got a script. He's got a project.
I'll just kind of stand like by the window and just like take my shirt off and it'll be mysterious. He won't know what's going on. So
you don't have to take your shirt off necessarily.
I mean, I can. I'm willing.
Well, no, it's not like a photographer thing. He's just gonna come up and he and I are gonna talk in the kitchen about a script. We're gonna have the movie on. So leave your shirt on, and if he tries to jump me or take something from the house, you and me, you go high, I'll go low. We'll take him out. You know what I mean? Brace him.
Yeah. Wait, is this the script? Is he coming to talk about the script?
I don't know. You mean my script?
Your script.
For fire? No. Well, I'm still working on it. It's in revisions right now, so I'm not sure if it's quite ready to show. But yeah, no, I don't think I don't know if he's talking about. I don't have the rights to the thing I've been writing. It's just kind of a passion project. It's never going to get made, so I'm just.
You should man. You should show him. You should show him. Like, do a read through.
I'm not gonna do a read through in the kitchen with this guy tonight, like out of nowhere. He's got a thing to show me. He doesn't want to look at a thing. I mean, I hear what you're saying. I appreciate that you are confident. That I appreciate the support. Maybe it'll come up. I don't know. Can I hit that again?
You got to go out.
Oh
yeah. Here you go. And you got to go out and you got to get it, right? Like this is the city. You got to make it happen, man.
This is the city. Gosh, that is so true. It really is very much the city, especially today. I was walking out of the liquor store. This guy, he's got a, it's kind of a creepy voice, to be honest with you. I mean, he sounded like a well-meaning and clean individual, but he wouldn't tell me what he wanted to work on over the phone. He said he wasn't something he wanted to talk about over the phone, which is fine. If he's serious, they're always fucking weird. They're producers. They always want to, go have drinks on the damn moon or in a salt mine or some weird shit. They want to have a party, in a room full of bubbles. I had that one time. It's weird. So who knows? It'll be fun.
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot. What's up?
I was out there today and I was looking out at the ocean and I was thinking, like, man, what if those waves were made out of fire? Like, can you imagine? There's probably a planet out there where, like, the waves are made out of fire. You can't ride them. You know, you can't take little Johnny out and swim in them because it's dangerous.
No.
You think there's a planet
Demons.
like that out there?
Do I think there's a planet with lakes of fire? Hell, man, there could be. I'll tell you what, though. I mean, what you're describing, I mean, that's in the script. There's that whole scene with the lake of fire, you know, and they first they go over the River Styx, which is like a real river, but then they go down. It's like I can't remember which sphere it is, but yeah, there's the whole lake of fire. Demons could swim in a lake of fire, but you know, demons aren't really. I mean, it's kind of an abstraction, really, if you're getting specific. So, but.
It's just like sometimes I'm out there, right? And like, I kind of feel like at any second, all the waves could just turn into fire, right? And I could be swallowed up and I'd be ash. Nobody'd even know I was there at all. You know what I mean? You ever feel like that?
Sure. You know, hang on one second. It's more likely that we'll go tumbling into the ocean, to be honest with you, than burned alive by a lake of fire. But like, maybe you're having a dark premonition of the inevitable destruction of the west coast of America. Maybe you're psychic. You ever think about that?
Yeah. No, not really. Tommy, I just used one of my intimacy moves.
Okay. You want to read out what it says for us?
So this is when you share a moment of intimacy, physical or emotional, with another person, ask them an invasive question. If they answer the question honestly, I can mark redemption. If they deflect the inquiry, which is what I kind of feel like Trav did, or offer falsehoods, then they have to give you a debt.
And I would say that he's definitely doing that. He's not talking about his true feelings on the subject.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a debt on Joe, Octo.
He puts his sunglasses back on and he's like, man, I don't know. Sometimes I just want people to understand me, you know? I don't feel like anybody ever understands me.
Man, let me tell you something. I'm fucking living it every day. I can't get anything going, man. You know, I should have made 3 movies by now.
No, you got this. Start tonight. This is your chance. And I'm there for you too. Like you give me a hand signal and I'll do whatever, you know?
You want a hand
just
what?
like mime it out. Like, I don't know. Just if you need something, just like shoot me a text or something, you know? I'll be right there.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. And you too, pal. Tomorrow when we're on the beach and the Vipers start getting restless, they flash their knives, you know?
They're the big guns. They call themselves the big guns.
The big guns?
That's what they call themselves, man.
Are they all 95-pound guys with long hair?
They work out a lot, man. Like, too much.
They do.
You know? Sometimes I think it's too much.
Okay. All right. I got your back, pal. And also, here's another great thing. I don't have shit going on tomorrow. So you know, unless this guy, like, you know, has like a movie to make. And even then, you know, we'll go celebrate tomorrow. You know, maybe we'll have something to celebrate. I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I get excited.
Yeah.
I sounded serious. See what happened.
No, you know what I'll do is I'll go take a nap and rest up for movie night tonight, and maybe if there's like a little bit of time beforehand, I can do like one of my monologues for you. You can just like give me some feedback, man. Like,
oh,
You know, because I should be practicing my monologues more. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, that sounds great. I'll hang out and listen to your
Dude,
monologue.
You are the best. He like clutches the Dr. Ock figurine to his chest and he says, "Seriously, this means so much to me, man."
Hey, man, anytime, brother. Come here. Let's bring it in. We're coming in for the real thing. Look at this. We got an action figure. We're gonna go back each other up on the mean streets of fucking Malibu or some shit. Come here, give me a hug. Good Lord.
He gives him a huge hug, like an uncomfortably big hug.
All right. You know, I'll read lines with you. I'll watch your monologue. I'm not gonna wipe your ass, but you know, I would.
Yeah,
if it
that's
came
all
to
right.
that, if you got
You don't
violently
have to, though.
ill, food poisoning, we'd figure it out.
Yeah, man, we'll get sushi or something, he says, and like starts to like wander off.
Oh God. Yeah, and I think Joe is the one guy in LA who doesn't like sushi, by the way. Hey, sorry, I said it.
And I think that's probably a good place to close that scene. Okay. Octoman is great. Juniper, on a Monday afternoon, what would you normally be doing? And if you could describe your character for us.
Yeah, so Monday afternoon, I've probably already finished up my shift as a barista. I'd probably be picking up a few Uber rides now. She hangs out like all over LA. She's got a lot of different jobs. She's definitely kind of like a hipster hippie. She looks like she smells like patchouli. She does. So yeah, she's just, you know, waiting on someone that needs a ride to the airport or some shit. I don't know.
You do pick up someone. It is a man and a woman, both of them sort of brownish blonde, sort of in between there. Similar features, perhaps related. The man is...
I don't judge.
Yep, yeah, you don't judge. This is LA. Say the man is very tall. He sort of has just like he's got a real sort of almost what's his name?
This is me. Anytime I need to name a celebrity I'm talking about.
There we go.
Oh my God.
He's got a real Army Hammer look going on. You know, he's just got the dress shirt that is just definitely like a little bit, just a bit too tight. Sort of this like the casually slicked back hair. The woman has sort of this nice sort of casual dress on. Sort of a Rebecca Ferguson sort of look, sort of going on. Since we're in LA, I'm just gonna use actors and actresses to describe people. They get in, and their destination is currently set for the airport.
Oh, perfect. I don't even need to pull up a Google map for this. I can get there. I drive, for somebody that looks like she doesn't have a home and hasn't showered in several weeks, she has a really nice new car. She drives like a Prius. It's blue. It's brand new. She takes really good care of it in the back seat where my Uber driver or my Uber passengers ride, but like the front seat is just like filled with other shit, like her shit. It smells like incense, but she keeps the trunk clean too, especially, you know, she has to drive a lot of people to the airport. So when she picks them up, she would do the polite thing and get out and open up the trunk. She would not put their suitcases in there though. She would just open it for them.
The man is all sorts of they've only the woman has a suitcase, and the man is all sort of no, don't worry, I'll take care of this, as he sort of grabs the suitcase and sets it in. We're heading to the airport, Terminal B, United.
Oh, okay. Hop in. It's probably a lot of traffic, so I hope that your phones are charged. If not, I have a charger. You can use my charger. Just make sure you get 5 stars.
We're good, replies
great. Okay.
The woman.
You guys
It
want
is
music? You want the radio on? I got some songs.
We're fine, thank you.
Okay, I had some Cat Stevens, but I know that's not everyone's thing.
Thank you for offering, says the man. And a moment later, they're sort of quietly looking out the window, each of them staring out a different side. There's not a lot of conversation going on. Is Juniper the type to try and make conversation as a driver, or?
Yeah, I mean, if it's like early afternoon and she just finished up her shift as a barista, she's probably pretty caffeinated. So, and you know, what's she got to lose? She's trying to get that 5 star.
What kind of car does Juniper drive?
It's a blue Prius, brand new.
Brand new. All right. So you are you're heading up the 405 at this time. Traffic's not the worst it could be. It's not quite the go home rush yet, but it is LA. Traffic isn't that fun. However, you eventually get to a point where you are making a pretty good pace. Maybe about 30, 40 miles an hour. That's a pretty good pace in LA on the highway. And suddenly, in front of your windshield, you see this horrific, spectral, pale face. Almost as if it is screaming in anguish in this high, ear-splitting scream. Pierces the car.
Is that something that just Juniper knows that she would see and no one else would?
You're not entirely sure.
Okay. And she doesn't want to freak anyone out, but she'd be like, oh shit, you guys see that? Is the sun coming out? Did you see that?
Can you roll me? Can you roll me a figure someone out? This is going to be plus mind.
Plus mind, okay. So I have a 1 in mind.
All right.
Help me roll. 2d6?
Plus 1. Yep.
Plus 1. Gotcha. I got a 9.
Got a 9. All right, so that is a mixed success. On a mixed success, you get to you get 1 hold, and then on a figure someone out, there are a number of questions you can ask. And this is sort of like your perception roll / insight roll, based on what you notice. But they, on a 7 to 9, they also get to hold one on you as well. Now, the questions that you can ask are, who's pulling your character... one sec, sorry. Who's pulling your character's strings? What's your character's beef with blank? What's your character hoping to get from blank? How can I get your character to blank? What does your character worry might happen? How can I put your character in debt? Now, this wasn't a sort of you super trying to figure them out at this moment, so I'm going to give you some information. You can see that while neither of them appear to be startled by what you had just seen, you see them both immediately look at each other right after this happens. And the man says, yes, it is getting quite bright. Actually, could you pull over real quick?
Oh, like right here, like on the high. You want me to pull over on the highway? You want to?
It's probably not a good idea. At the next exit, if possible.
Yeah, totally. Are you looking for some fast food? We could get some like in and out.
No. But I just realized that there's something I need to do, and unfortunately, my sister here will have to head to the airport herself.
Oh, okay, right on. Yeah, definitely. The next exit. We'll be there in a minute. It's bright though. I'd put your sunglasses on. There's lights playing some tricks on us, I think.
At the next exit, he gets out and sort of taps on the top of the roof and takes out his sunglasses and puts them on. Thanks for the advice, and do have a safe drive. I'd like my sister to get to the airport in one piece.
Oh yeah, I'm a really safe driver. I drive a Prius. I can't even go that fast, so I'll take really good care of your sister.
And the woman sort of, stop worrying, Nathan. Go and do what you need to do. He sort of grins. He sort of grins at both of you and steps off. And you watch him go for a moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I watch him walk off.
You see him head off, and there's a slight shift as he sort of straightens up, and his suit jacket shifts a little bit. And you can see that he has a handgun holstered on the side, which he has unlatched. Well, I need to catch a flight. Can we get going now, please?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's buckle up. Okay, let's go. Are you safe? Safety first. Let's go. And I would start driving and make some small talk, be like, where so United, huh? Where are you headed? Somewhere in the United States, I guess.
She sort of pauses for a long moment. New York.
Oh, wow, other coast. Right on. It's probably going to be a lot colder there. Did you pack your coat?
Yes, I packed a coat. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. It's smart.
Concern.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a long journey. I'm just there to look at a few pieces at the...
Pieces of what?
at the I'm blinking. Is it the Metropolitan? Is that the art museum there? The Met, right? Yeah, the Met. I just need to take a look at a few things they've got there.
Oh, like art. Oh, I make art. I could show it to you sometime. I love art. That's so cool.
I'm sure your art is fine.
Yeah, probably not as good as anyone in New York. Right on, though. That'll be fun.
She doesn't say a whole lot more the rest of the drive, and it takes you about another 30, 40 minutes to get to the airport, even though it's only about 20 miles. Well, that's pretty fast. Oh, as I said, I'm not going to make this true LA traffic. That would be the worst.
Yeah.
But
don't make me roleplay traffic.
As you pull up to the terminal, she quickly gets out and heads to the back. Are you the type to get out and get the suitcase out, or pop the trunk and let them take care of it?
I'm gonna act like I'm going to. Like I'm gonna open my door and be like, "Oh, you got it? Okay."
Thank you. She grabs it and she begins to turn away for a moment. And then she turns back and she opens up her purse. And she takes out a business card and she hands it to you. Try not to let the spooks get to you. She hands it to you and...
Okay, right on. I won't.
She hands it to you and turns towards the terminal, not waiting for your answer. And on the business card, you see that her name is Scarlett Hochel, head curator of the LA Museum of Art.
I toss it in my center console thing.
There's a ding as your rideshare picks up a request for a ride at the airport. And I think you head off and try to find that person.
It's perfect. I love it when that happens.
Where is Cassie Adele on a Monday afternoon? What is she up to?
Cassie is just waking up. Last night was a late night because that is just how Sunday nights go. And she is walking barefoot through her home, which is a Spanish style house, but it's basically been very poorly upkept. So there's flaking paint on the walls, a really threadbare rug on the floor that she passes over, and into a kitchen which is avocado green with kind of beige black and white tiles from age. And the only thing that works in this kitchen is the coffee pot, and it's the most important thing on the kitchen counter. And she pushes down the button and it glows red. And she waits for the gurgling sound that will happen. That means coffee is done. She paces to the front door and grabs the mail off the mat if there is any.
There's definitely some
she has one of those neighbors who goes to the mailbox and pulls all the mail out and then acts like postman. Cassie has never asked them to do this, but every year she's lived here every day. She has her own personal postman in the form of Nosy Neighbor, who will then comment on the number of bills or junk mail or personal things coming through the post whenever they catch up with Cassie on the front lawn.
Yeah, you've got a couple of bills. There are a few... there's definitely some junk mail. There's definitely a credit card junk mail. There is some advertisements for local health trend restaurants and health trend bars and the like, and otherwise a normal amount of
I
mail.
imagine there's a flyer from Edencore about a redevelopment in the area. Like they've bought up some of the old houses and they've knocked them down to do like a new condo or something like that. Some sort of
Better tomorrow. Today.
Ah, yes, that iconic line that everyone knows in LA of Edencore. There is a ding from your. You have. I don't know if you have a phone or a laptop.
Yeah, she's got one of those laptops that weighs like 5 pounds because it's about 3-4 years old.
Mm-hmm. And you are a private investigator. And I imagine that you have set up perhaps an email for anonymous tips or so of some sort when you're out doing your work. Anything people might know about things you're investigating. And there's an email in your inbox.
She basically pulls the whole coffee table closer to the couch rather than sit up. And she's there cross-legged in a baggy black band tee, which has about 4 holes in it, but she doesn't care. And pushes a pile to the side of kind of newspaper clippings and things that she's been going through, and she'll double tap, and then she'll double tap again because the first double tap didn't register to get the email to open up.
A moment goes by, and it's from a do not reply automated email, it seems. Someone is, obviously, if someone's trying to contact your sort of anonymous tip inbox, they're probably trying to keep their identity hidden. And it's a 1-line email. It says, keep a close eye on Joe Rebane. A name you're familiar with.
She yawns and kind of wipes her eyes, rereads the line. I'm gonna need more coffee. And she goes through to the kitchen and she gets 2 mugs down. They don't match, and she pours both. She kind of sips one and carries the other, sets it down on her coffee table, digs around the couch to find her phone, which is nearly dead and out of battery, plugs it into the charger, and then scrolls through her contacts. She recognizes the name, but just awake Cassie isn't like putting 2 and 2 together. She's like, where do I know that name from? And she flicks through her contacts, and there's Rebane just sat in her contacts. She moves on to that second mug that she poured, and flips the phone to text, and texts Rebane, dude, what did you do? Question mark.
Octo's gone to take a nap. I'm on the porch. On the porch, you know, figuring things out, and phone buzzes. What the hell did I do? I don't know. I went to the liquor store. I went to breakfast in the liquor store. What did you do?
Cassie, like, thumbs over and just texts back, stay classy. And
You
just
know
leaves it.
And then Joe's like sitting on the porch going like, what the fuck?
She then pulls up Google on her phone, and her phone is like, 5%, please charge me some more. And she doesn't care. And she types in Joy Rebane to see if there's any like page 6 articles, any National Enquirer articles going on. They know everything first, obviously, so she's looking to find out what's going on.
I think the only recent thing is maybe from, I don't know, a month or two ago, and it's like J. Francis Rebane, genius or flop.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just one of those articles that's just like, it states a lot of stuff that everyone kind of knew, but they're trying to frame an opinion and make it sound like it's fact.
But to find out,
but nothing recent.
She finishes the second cup and takes both through to the kitchen, dumping them in the sink. She's unplugged her phone, forgetting that she's meant to be charging it. And she sends a text to her friend Ida to see if Ida's awake and free.
Yeah, I think at this point, like Ida's like sitting in a chair still reading, and her phone buzzes like on the opposite side of the room. So she just kind of like shuts the book, tosses it on the table, and it like skids across the table and just like falls off. And she's like, "Nah, fuck it," and grabs her phone and reads the text.
And it's literally, "You up? ? Free ?
And all she responds with is just "always," and press send. What's up? Send.
Meet me for coffee. I'll come to your like neighborhood. She had some.
Perfect. She'll some kitschy urban shop that's around the corner from my apartment. I give her the name of that location and say, "Cool, see you soon."
Cassie rolls her eyes so far. We're not sure they're gonna come back, and then texts back, "Perfect."
I'd like to think that this coffee place is named Urban Grind.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. I have not specified
Alright.
where I live, so we could just stick her in whatever neighborhood makes sense because it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places to live in LA.
Yeah, I'll find something and we'll get back to it. But what Urban
Okay.
Grind is the coffee shop that's like 2 blocks away from my apartment.
All right. You arrive at this sort of hipster urban. It's one of those places where like their aesthetic is exposed,
Brick.
like not construction, but not exposed brick, but exposed warehouse kind of style, right? Where you can see like all the vents
like the big
and the
rods, the beams.
yeah, you can see all the beams and the exposed vents up above. And their big thing is that, I mean, they hand grind all their coffee in-house, toast it in-house, and never made from a bag.
I've been to this coffee shop and they have exposed light bulbs as well with like the tungsten glow to them.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's on metal stools that are not comfortable in the slightest, and they have hanging plants just for a tiny touch of green in this, chaotic factory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
But Cassie, you see Ida already there.
Cassie
Okay.
has thrown on ripped dark jeans to go with that band tee, not really bothering to get more dressed than that. Her hair is curled, but it's clearly not really been taken care of and sticks up a little bit at the back. She pulls down her sunglasses and kind of squints at Ida and takes them off, pockets them, and gives you a nod. And it's clear, like, she's either super hungover or she hasn't been to sleep yet. That's the kind of vibe you get. It's the living dead has come to visit.
And yeah, Ida pretty much mimics that in her own way of just being like somewhat overtired and just like there. Just there. But she's already got coffee, and she just, hey, flags you down.
Cassie will sit opposite. Is it Monday? Is that where we're at? Monday?
Yeah, the Monday.
Yeah, I think probably, most likely.
Is that what the cards say?
Cards say a lot of weird things lately. I don't know. Today's weird. I had a weird one this morning. But anyways, what'd you call me for?
What was your weird?
Fire, lots of fire. I don't know. Sky turning to fire, everything turning to fire. Beautiful view of the city. Turn around. Fire. They're always coded. Who knows? It'll make sense in a day. Give it time.
I think your subconscious is trying to tell you you live in a hellhole.
Yeah. Been trying to get out, you know that.
Cassie nods, and she pulls from like the back pocket of her jeans that folded up advert from Edencore and puts it down. Hey, fresh visions of hell. What'd you know?
Awesome. I don't have to deal with them enough. What's up? What'd they do this time?
I don't know. You tell me. What did they do this time?
Ooh, hold on. Let me see.
And Cassie hadn't come in here really to talk about Eden Corp. This is entirely like a fresh little fishing expedition that she's discovered herself on.
Okay. I don't know if I could use this move particularly with what she's given me, but if I touch the flyer, does anything about it like set me off? Like, do I get some sort of like any vibe? I don't want to say vibe, but do I get a vibe from the flyer? And think about it.
That's up to you. You've got that 2 hold to spend to basically decide at a moment that something is gonna go wrong.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah. I think absolutely then. I think she would touch this flyer and kind of focus for a second because she's been in the same room as Auden. She knows exactly his energy and can kind of relate that to him. So I think she would genuinely like take an insightful moment and get a reading if she can potentially see what Cassie is referring to.
I mean, this is yours to dictate.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right.
Name a truth.
This is basically name a truth. This is really exciting. Okay. So once again, I imagine that Ida picks a small dark corner of this hipster coffee shop enough to give them privacy because she assumes that when Cassie contacts her, it's for some sort of intuitive purpose. So she kind of like puts her hood up of like the bomber jacket she's wearing and kind of like sets in for a second, touches it, and Cassie sees her hair turn white, her eyes turn black. And it's a very similar vision to what she got in the morning. However, it's not the same skyline that she saw. It is a silhouette, basically like from, I don't know, maybe like a mile or two back. It's the same height, but a different view, like vantage point, and it's of the Eden Court building. And instead of the sky being like oranges and reds, it's this like dark purple and like black, which is really contrasting to her that it stands out so heavily. But in the reflection of the glass on the Eden Court building, it's that same orange and red, very like fiery like imagery. And she flashes back. It takes her a couple seconds, so she does like the whole like puts her hand on her forehead and just like kind of comes to, well, I don't know what they did, but it's definitely Eden Core. Something is not right in the most intense of ways that I literally have no idea on at the moment. It's still really off-putting, but there's still that fire. There's something, I don't know if it's supposed to be heat or fire itself or the colors. I'm not quite sure what it's trying to point at, but this time there were purples and blacks and dark sky. Sky that we haven't seen in LA in a really long time.
It's connected to what you saw this morning.
Kinda, in a way. Different.
Now that you sort of think back,
No,
now
yeah,
you sort
she
of
was just
think back,
different.
you realize that the only tower that remained standing after the city seemed to tear itself apart was Eden Core's tower.
Yeah. It's definitely them. I mean, when isn't it Eden Core? But I think you already knew that. What'd you really come here for, Cassie?
People stop calling and messaging, you know. It was going real good for a while. We got the Sydney Tyler case solved and found that guy who faked his own death. You know. And then recently I just keep hitting these blocks just all the time, and no one comes to you if you don't do anything. If they can't see that you have results, they don't come to you. And then this morning I wake up and I've got this email from fuck knows who, and they're like, watch this guy. And I'm like, okay. But what is that? What is that? What do they want from me? There's no money there. There's no, watch this guy, he murdered this chick last week, or he knows something about this. It's just watch this guy.
Who's the guy? Cass?
Oh, he's this real prick who is super into filming movies, like meant to be a director or something, and I don't know if he's even ever made a fucking movie, but he had me go down and watch his back at a warehouse one time. He's like Mr. Hollywood, you know? What was his name?
Wait. It's kind of like this tall, weird dude, kind of eccentric. The film guy. I think I know what you're talking about. What the fuck is his name?
She like goes back to her Google and like brings back up Joe Rabane's Google results with like the images. This guy, Rabane.
Yeah. Yo, I know that. You know the place that I go get all my like weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I found that because of him. So like, I kind of know. I don't know the guy.
Wait, are you saying he's like? I mean, he was into like some weird shit, but I thought it was just, you know, Creature from the Black Lagoon stuff. He's into your stuff?
Yeah. No, yeah, he knows the guy that I go to the weird antique warehouse. He knows the owner.
Wait,
So,
Ida.
Yeah.
Do you think he's, you know, and she makes a sideways glance, which doesn't really mean anything, and then she looks around again and she kind of holds up two little fingers for fangs, and then like wipes her face.
No. I got a beat on the guy once. Docile, eccentric, but I don't think he could harm a fly if he wanted to.
I mean, he could be something else, right?
I didn't see nothing. I mean, normally I get a pretty good reading on people immediately when they smell, of the sort, but nah.
So, he lives down by the beach. Do you want to take a drive?
I mean, I ain't got nothing else going on. Let me, hold on a sec. And Ida goes to reach for her phone and pulls it out to see if she's got any messages from Ursula or any business tending that she needs to do before she starts, like, making other plans.
You have got an email. It says, from Ursula. It says, call me ASAP.
Shit. Yeah, put a pin in it, Cassie. Just give me like 5 minutes. And she'll, like, as she's saying that, she's already dialing and, like, leaving the table to go out to, like, outside.
Cassie will get up to make a fresh order for some more coffee and like some muffins. Whatever looks good, she's probably just ordering some.
The phone rings, and you can definitely see that it's probably been maybe like 5 or 6 minutes since you got that email. And the phone rings, and there's 3 rings, and you hear the other side get picked up. I believe I said to call me ASAP.
And just literally 30 seconds ago, open the email. You should know that. Anyways, what's up?
Dear, if you're going to be my apprentice, you're going to have to be a bit more attentive than that.
I will turn my ringer 1 more notch higher.
See that you do. I need you to go shadow our associate for a little while.
No one else is available, really.
You're the only one he'll work with.
Of course I am. Yeah, sure, fine, okay. Do you know how long it'll take? I kind of have something else I was about to do that might be important. Not as important as this, obviously, ma'am.
Damn straight it's not as important as this. I don't know. Call him, see what he needs. If there's anything going on. I've got a feeling.
All right. Okay. All right.
Make
cool.
sure he's happy.
Always. And she'll immediately brings it down and clicks and rubs her temples heavily, rolls her eyes so much that she could probably roll them into the back of her skull, and then gears up to type in Auden's number, the number that he gave her to call.
Auden, there's a ring on whatever phone.
I pick up. Auden Thornhard speaking.
Yeah, Miss Ida. I was told you need me again.
Always a pleasure to hear from you.
Yep.
I have something on the books that I need taking a look at. Your name ran through my mind, as always.
Lucky me. Who was it this time?
Not the kind of conversation we have over the phone, but that just means we get to see each other once again. Delightful.
Great. Should I be over there immediately, or do you have a specific time and inquiry for me?
The car will be there when you need to be there. Look forward to seeing you again, Ida.
You too, Auden.
Oh, and give my best to Cassie. Click.
And once again, she heavily rubs her temples for the incoming headache she knows she's about to receive. And trudges back inside to tell Cassie the details of what is going on. All right, well, we're gonna have to put a pin in the beach plans for now. Auden needs me again. Speak of the fucking devil. Should I call you when I'm done?
Yeah, sure. She's like pissed, but she's trying not to like show it.
Yeah, Ida is also absolutely not happy by this by any means. But she throws down a couple bucks on the table, pats Cassie like on the shoulder as she walks past her and says, "Oh, by the way, the devil says hi," and walks out.
And Cassie kind of looks down to her hand, and she's got 2 like muffins wrapped in a bag. I guess I'll keep this muffin then.
As I was gonna say, as you do that, she goes, "I'm not a fan of blueberry. Next time I'll tell you."
I'll try and remember. Give the devil my love. There are so many pricks in Hollywood. And she walks out the door to go and find where she's parked. It's probably like 6 miles away from the coffee shop because thanks LA for the parking. And she'll go and walk for her car.
All right. Let's fast forward to later that evening. As I believe it's a black Rolls Royce.
2020 black Rolls-Royce Phantom extended wheelbase.
Pulls up outside of your house, Joe. Tinted windows and everything. $8 p.m. prompt.
Octo's on the couch. He's got a bowl of popcorn. He's got a 40 of Old English. And he's just like waiting, alternating like a handful of popcorn, 40, handful of popcorn, staring blankly at the TV screen.
Joe, are you prepared for the car at 8 p.m. sharp?
Oh, sorry, you are talking to me. My name's Joe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He's the first show, guys. Here we go. No, he's not. He's out on the porch. The porch is the comfort zone. We're gonna be talking about the porch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's the back porch, and it's connected to the bedroom. These guys spend a lot of time out there. They're either in the living room or on the porch. And Joe spends a lot of time out here. He has his earbuds in, and he is listening to Gimme, Gimme, Gimme by ABBA loud as fuck while he finishes a joint and stomps his feet on the concrete of the deck as loud as he fucking can to psych himself up for this meeting. But he's played it at such a time. This is the extended cut of Gimme, Gimme, Gimme by ABBA, and he cannot hear the doorbell.
But you said you're out on the porch, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, I believe the porch is on the other side looking over the hills.
Correct.
So, okay, just to make sure in my mind. Okay, so, Octo, you hear some furious, not furious, but like every like consistent, every like 30 seconds ring at the door. Just
Oh man.
quick, one buzz.
I think Octo is he's worried about missing movie time, but Joe's not here, so it's probably okay. He like leaves his popcorn bowl, like picks up his 40, then sets it down and starts to walk off and stops and walks back and picks up the 40 again and carries it to the door and like sucks up his chest a little bit because he doesn't know who's on the other side. It could be somebody important. It wants to make a good first impression. So, you know, he kind of positions himself and then he swings open the door and he says, "Hey, what's up?"
You see a man outside, shaved head, absolute just unit. Like he's wearing black, tight-fitted suit, sunglasses, like the sort of like the Secret Service type shades, and just absolutely jacked. And he says, "Mr. Rebane?"
No, I'm Octo, man.
If you could please get Mr. Rebane for me. He has an appointment to keep.
Yeah. I mean, you want to come inside? We're about to watch a movie, so
I'm fine out
he
here.
says it's pretty good. Yeah, well, I mean, you can stay out here if you want, man, but like it's a nice house. Like you should really see it.
If you could please get Mr. Rebane for me.
Hey, you live in LA too, man?
Sir, could you please get Mr. Rebane for me?
Tommy, I want to try to put a face to a name.
Okay. All right. Okay.
This is a
roll with mortality. So this is something. Yeah. In Urban Shadows, you have two sets of stats.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. You have your
I got
personal stats and your relationship with the different factions here. So 2d6 plus mortality.
Oh. Yeah, it's a 6.
That did not show up for me. Okay, 6. All right. Now I do remember that y'all had the retweets had earned everyone here a boon, which does mean that you could have a +1 on that. That would bump you up to a 7, which would be a partial
To a 7?
success. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want to use it now.
So when you put a face to a name or vice versa, roll their faction on a hit, you know their reputation. And I get to mark. Do I get to mark a faction as well if I succeed?
You do get, yeah. The moment you rolled it, you get to mark it.
Oh, okay.
So
even
you
if
get to
I
mark
fail.
mortality. Yep. Even if you fail.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I mean, I think like Otto's like he wants to know what's up. He's a curious guy. So yeah, if I can, a +1 would give me a success. So I'll take it. I'll use it now.
All right. So you perhaps don't know this man personally, but you do know their reputation. They are you've perhaps come across them at the beach before. They have worked out at Muscle Beach by Venice Beach. It's where Big Guns hangs out.
Wait, is this one of Johnny Big Gun? Is this one of Johnny Big Gun's crew?
This is not one of his crew. This is a guy
good.
who just comes there to work out, and is known and has is known to work out there as a regular at Muscle Beach. This is a man who you just know as Clarence. You know that he's former military, and it's you're fairly certain just a normal ex-military turned personal security.
All right. So if he knows him, then I think he would just kind of nod and be like, "Yeah, I'll go get Joe Clarence. Hey, What are you doing tomorrow morning, man? I'm building up a crew. I'm going out and to the beach, right? You go to the beach, yeah. Maybe you've seen me out there,
Okay.
man. Like I'm always surfing. I'm always out there on the waves.
I believe I'll be busy tomorrow morning.
Oh man, that's too bad. Well, I'll go get Joe. Maybe just think about it, man. Because like, here's the thing. Like, you've been out there, you know Johnny Big Guns, you know his crew. Like my crew, like we don't work out to an extraneous amount, you know, like an amount that doesn't even make sense. Like, why do you even need to be that big? But you're pretty big, man. And I feel like if you're out there, like you kind of, I don't know, like you'd give us street cred, you know? Just think about it. I'll be right back.
Before you head out, this really sounds like you're trying to do a persuade an NPC.
It is.
That's
exactly what I'm doing.
Please roll plus heart.
Oh no, this is also terrible. I should pick things I'm actually good at.
No. Pick things you're not good at. I'd love to see the fails.
Okay. It's a 5.
It's a 5?
Yep.
Jeez. That would be most appreciated, Mr. Man.
Yeah, man. You got it, Clarence. I'll be right back. And he goes back and like for a moment, like he sets his 40 down and then he picks it back up, walks out to the back porch and swings it open. He says, "Hey, Joe, I think that guy's here. The one who wants to talk to you about something. His name's Clarence. I've seen him at the beach before. What? Are you pumping yourself up, man? Because I can wait."
No, it's over. No, you're good. Thank you. No, come get me. Okay. No, appreciate you. You're my, it's good.
So,
Fred, did you say, Joe Urbain's residence?
That guy,
do the whole thing?
Yeah, man. I did the entire spiel, but he wouldn't even come in, man. And his name's Clarence. He's out there right now.
What the fuck is Clarence? And like I walk past him, go to the front door.
He goes to the beach. I know him. He's all right.
Well, we're supposed to. And like I turn around and I'm like all frantic, He's got like a bunch of nervous energy, and he's like
Clarence like takes up the majority of the doorway.
Yeah.
And like I see him, and I'm just like lean back over to Octon, like it's supposed to be like a fucking August or Andy or something. I don't know.
Dude.
Hey.
I don't know what's going on, but like Clarence is ex-military, man. I don't even think he's been in a movie or even like a commercial or anything.
Ex-military.
Yeah.
You James Bond all of a sudden. Could you just give us just 1 second? I'm gonna be right with you. He's got a question. We just got a phone call. Okay. All right. Well, that's fine. You just back me up. What? He tries.
You want me like back? You want my shirt on or off? Like, how do you want me to play this?
I want you to keep your shirt on, and if he does anything, you give him the Liam Neeson neck punch from Taken. You just chop him right in the Adam's apple. You just go, pah! Right? You just take him right in the throat, knocks the wind right out of him. He'll go right down.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
You got it.
All right. Hold on, just.
I think he's talking to someone else.
Sorry, my daughter wants my phone. All right, here we go. Hi, thank you, loyal viewer. So he walks to the door.
Mr. Urbain.
Hi, how are you? Where's Clarence, right?
I'm here to pick you up.
Pick me up. Hi, Joe Urbain, Urbain Productions. It's a pleasure. How are you? It's beautiful out there, right? How was the drive up? Are you not going to come in?
Mr. Urbane, we have an appointment to keep. If you could follow me, please.
We're going to watch the movie Liberty Valance. Is on. I don't know if you've ever seen it, like John Ford, but son, I'm going with you.
Mr. Urbane, I've been instructed to insist that you come with me.
Okay. Could I just have just 1 second to get my bag? Just 2 seconds. I know you've been waiting. I know your time is money. Give me just 1 second, and I like gently close the door on your face. Like, give me just one. If you could just wait here for just 1 second, and like, just closes it just a second, and then whips around, runs to the cigar box, puts a joint in an Altoids box, sticks it in his pocket, grabs a lighter off the table, and grabs his valise/messenger bag, and slides on his flip-flops, and grabs his I don't know, he's got like a Jurassic Park. It'd be like a promotional, like a Golden Girls bomber jacket or some shit. He wears pretty much exclusively swag he's picked up from film and television he has not been associated with over the years, right? So he was not on the crew of Cheers to the Golden Girls. Anyway, so it is dead. I know. I will charge it up, my beautiful darling. So he grabs all his stuff and is like, all right, here we go. Let's rock and roll. Octo, my man, I'll see you later. I'm going to go to the thing.
Wait.
They need me down at headquarters.
What about movie night, man? I cleared my entire schedule for it.
Hey, just DVR it, record it, hit the thingy, and record it. I have it on Blu-ray, but you can still just record it because I wouldn't mind seeing what the guy has to say at the beginning. What that guy's name is.
Do you want me to like come
died.
with you, just in case, like, you know, that thing we talked about with the necks?
Yeah. Why don't you ride with me? You ride up.
Sweet.
I don't know about you. Might have to wait in the waiting room or something while I take a meeting. I mean, is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'll wait anywhere, literally anywhere.
I got a DS around here somewhere. I got something. Somebody gave me a DS or.
Mr. Urbane.
Sorry, what?
You can hear muffled through the door.
Okay, sorry.
There's a
My
knock.
friend wanted to play the Game Boy. Listen, my man's gonna come with us if you don't mind. He took the night off, so we're kind of hanging out. He's just gonna ride with us, and maybe he can just wait around while me and Augustine, whatever,
Clarence.
take a meeting.
Auden Thornhart, Mr. Urbane.
Auden.
You would do well
Auden.
to remember his name.
Help me remember that. I will. I will do well. I will do better. Did you just tell me I will do
holds the
well
door
to
open.
do something?
Clarence holds the door open for you to the car.
All right, here we go. Time is money. Octo, you got your stuff. Get your keys. Because I don't have my keys. You're gonna have the keys.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Yeah, and I think he goes like it takes him like probably 2 minutes to find the keys. And he comes and follows him over to the door, and he says, "Hey, Clarence, I know a lot about the history of the city, so like, if you want, I can like point things out when we drive. It's up to you, man."
Do you get in the car?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
As you say that, the partition between you and the front seat goes up. Just shh.
It's kind
All right,
of rude.
So to clarify, this is a two-seater. It's like the length of a limo, but there are just two seats with like fold-out TVs, custom leather interior, walnut dash, and sort of trim. It is only two people sit in this car, plus the driver. That's it. There's no other seats in the car, so it's a very over-the-top vehicle.
Spared no expense. Look at this. Is this I'll take the LE. Thank you. And could you bring the car around? Thank you so much.
And as you sort of drive, and at this point the sun has gone down, and it is evening, and Clarence heads up on the, I believe, probably heading out on the 405. Probably up to you as well. Wait, no, sorry, you're up north, heading down the one of the highways around here. I have not had to drive for a while, so Auden, do you bring Ida in before this meeting or after this meeting? Or during?
Before.
Before.
Oh, not during. No.
Yeah.
You don't mix business and pleasure.
And where do you meet Ida?
On, let me just check. Yeah, on Century Drive. Auden has a house. It's just off. It's city center, near enough, and it's in a very large block of apartments. And it's the penthouse, obviously. There's an elevator and a very traditional sort of like I don't know. They're not like a doorman, but like a porter in the lobby who would probably know her and buzz her through to the elevator so she can come up. And I imagine it's like a metal plated elevator, so there's just like distorted reflections of you on each side. There's only about 5 buttons, and there's like one of those grates that closes over, but it's all automated. It pretends to be sort of a little bit more dated than it really is, but like all that pretense falls away when you get to the penthouse.
Ida, you've met Auden here before, I assume.
Yeah, she does the typical rigmarole in the elevator, does the whole like lean back on the wall, just give it a minute, walks through. Like she's seen this a million times. She's not fooled by the facade by any means. Well, hello.
As you come in, Auden is in a kimono and pretends like he's really surprised that you've just turned up at the scheduled time that he's scheduled to meet you. So the kimono's like open. He's wearing like silk boxers, and he's nowhere near. He's not Clarence, He's not part of the big guns. He understands mediation. Octo would appreciate that, I'm sure. But yeah, he welcomes you in. How is like the sun set yet? Just out of curiosity.
Yes. Well, the sun. So at this point, let's see. Yes, the sun has probably set by this point. It's a little bit like it's probably around 6 or 7 p.m. The sun has definitely set.
So as you look around, it is a 4-bedroom penthouse, millions and millions of dollars. It has this huge long hallway with glass cases with memorabilia. Some of it relevant to the modern day, some of it ancient. There are colonial era mannequins made up with full regalia of officers from the War of Independence. There are depictions of different cultures, of full set of samurai armor. Just very different, strange things that are displayed. And as you come in, it's a grand, sweeping living space. He has sort of like several bedrooms. He lives alone. There's a mini bar and sort of a living area. No TV in the living area. And yeah, he greets you, surprised that you've again arrived. Forgive me, Ida, I was still in the process of making preparations. Good to see you as always.
And sure. What's
Drink?
new? Always.
He
And
will-
so Ida, really quickly, Ida comes to these meetings in like a tailored suit. Like it's like almost the same suit every time, but just a different color because she just doesn't dress up very often. But it is a tailored feminine suit that has like the elongated jacket that buttons down with like nothing underneath it, the tailored pants, and she wears boots. She wears like ankle boots with it, hair slicked back, kind of just like trying to be presentable, but also not caring at the same time. So like compared to his kimono, she's extremely overdressed at the moment. And takes her hands from out of her pocket and just like moves to sit on the couch that she genuinely is the only thing she sits on in the entire penthouse because she doesn't trust anything else.
What are you drinking?
Whiskey, like always.
I have something new. It's called TX, imported. I think you'll like it. Very smooth, just like yourself. Has, well, I could drink it all night. Just like yourself. And he goes on over and drops a single sort of cube of ice into a crystal tumbler. Pours a glass for her. Brings it over. Places it down on the side table.
Appreciate it. Where'd you get it from? It's not gonna kill me, is it?
I don't make a mess where I sleep. You know me better than that.
Well,
So,
ooh.
how are things?
She like takes a second and like starts like looking at the glass and like drinking it now. She's like, "Oh, it is like smooth," but she doesn't want to give you the benefit of like having her enjoy it. Well, everything has been going fine. Had plans until you decided to call me, so this must be important.
I'm sure you'll be prompt and punctual and be able to resume your plans straight after. I have 2 questions for you. Question number 1. What do you know of a man named Joe Rebane?
What? Who is this guy? Well, I know who this guy is, but what? Why does everyone want to know who he is?
Nobody
You're
wants
not
to know
first-
who he is.
No, you were the second person who's asked me about his name today, so seems to be a sought-after man. I don't
Who
know
was the
much about
first?
him. Obviously, Cassie, you know that. I was just talking to her.
Doesn't help to get it in confirmation. And how is Cassie nowadays?
Are we here about Redbane or Rebane or Reebok? We're not here to talk about Cassie. You want to know how Cassie's doing? You talk to her yourself. I
He
don't know much
walks
about
on over to his desk, which is like his private home desk, and he flicks through. Just out of curiosity, would it be possible? This is a question for Tommy. Would it be possible for me to just have her address on hand, Cassie's?
I think that's a question for Ray. I mean, or sorry, not Ray, Charlie. Looking, how well known is your address?
It's not like super public information. She doesn't put it out as this is where the PI office is. But because she's lived there a long time, it would not take someone too long to find her address.
Okay, yeah, you definitely have gotten it at this point.
I mean, I'll just make one up if you need, unless Charlie, you have something specific in mind. 37 Primrose Avenue, right? Maybe I will pop by.
I'd be more afraid of her than you are of me, but go ahead. Like I said, we're not here to talk about Cassie.
No, and that's your only drink, so let's keep this conversation a little shorter and sweeter. What do you know of Joe Rebane?
Personally, the only way that I've run into the guy is getting my weird relic things. You know, I like old shit.
I do.
That's it. Met him at his house once. He introduced me to the guy who owns the warehouse where I could buy my antiques. He's got a roommate. I don't know much else.
You know the roommate's name? I
It's
like to be
weird.
social.
Octo. Yeah. And like, I don't know if Auden would pick up on this, but she's purposely trying to like not remember who his roommate is specifically. But she's just kind of like, Octa, something.
Tommy, would there be some kind of check I could make to see if I could? Could I possibly read this person?
You could certainly try and read this person, and Ray, you could certainly try to get in the way if you don't want them to be able to read you. All right,
Yep,
so Auden,
exactly.
please roll me figure someone out with mind, and Ida, please roll me get in the way with power.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I have 2 for power, so this is going to be fun.
All right.
And I would like to use my boon if possible.
Yes, that's right. You do each have a +1 that you can use.
I will also use my boon. Since we're old friends.
All right, and what did you get, Josh?
That is...
Oh, no!
That's a 10. Tommy.
Damn it.
So, on a... Okay. So,
yes.
This is the first time I've done PvP in this system. All right. You rolled with your +1 an 11. Now, Ida, you rolled a, I believe a 9?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, that is a -2 to your roll, Josh, which brings you down to a 9, which means that you have 1 hold on each other. And you can ask the questions from figure someone out. You get 1 question each. Ida, you have that was also a partial success on yourself, and we'll talk about that in a moment.
Okay. Really quickly, where are the figure someone out? Is that just in general? Because I only have my playbook.
Basic moves.
Okay. I'll open that.
Yeah.
Same.
While that's being opened, I want to say a massive thank you to Kai Hawkeye, who just donated to support the stream. I'm just going to look up your message and I'll pass that on to Tommy. Welcome in. So glad that you can make it to us after work.
Okay, so choices of basic move questions. So I get to ask and she has to answer honestly, I believe?
Oh, yes.
Well,
there's
things I can do if I so choose to do them.
That's true.
Yeah.
I have.
You have to answer them honestly.
Yes. Wait, I have to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you have like
this isn't necessarily an in-character question. This is more of an outer character question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not like Auden asks Ida a question, she has to answer him honestly. It's I ask you out of character, and you have to tell me.
And you
flavor
have to tell
of what I
Josh.
get.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Sure.
This is sort of.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just trying to grab up the playbook now. Basic move, sorry. I really should have this open already. There we go. Do you have the questions in front of you? Because, sorry, I haven't got them.
Yeah, here. Let me.
I do. Yeah. Yeah, I have them as well.
Right, I just posted them in chat as well. But yeah, who would like to go first?
Oh, I'll let her go first.
Okay, cool. Ooh, I already know that. Yeah. What is your what's your character hoping to get from Joe?
Leverage.
Okay.
100%. Which is so it doesn't even it's the barest chocolate coating over a poisoned apple. Like, he's not trying to be subtle about it. Certainly not with Ida. Definitely 100% some form of leverage. Okay. Question. Okay. What does your character worry might happen? What does your character worry might happen? Basically, just what are you afraid of cooperating, Orden?
So I totally want to retcon my answer or my question so that you can clarify. We're talking about Octo. She's trying to protect the fact that she knows Octo. So you're trying to get leverage over Octo, not Joe?
No, Joe. No, Joe through his roommate.
Okay, over Joe through Octo. Okay, just so I know. She's worried that by her being associated with him in any respect, that he's a target. Like, she doesn't understand why you want Joe, and if she doesn't know that, then she especially doesn't know why you want his roommate, who she's met and knows kind of the vibe. So she's like, I don't want to make this pretty innocent guy a target. She's worried. She's more worried about like you misunderstanding the connection between them.
That is sort of what you read into each other as you converse. You verbally spar right now.
There's like an awkward tension, I imagine. Like, well, it's not awkward, it's just silence.
No, it's like, it's her just being pissed for being in your air and you just knowing that she's upset and toying with it.
Perfect. In this silence, there's a ding on your phone, Ida.
I just blatantly pull out my phone and check it in front of him.
There's a text message from Ursula. Because you rolled a 7 to 9, you expose yourself to danger, entanglement, and cost. Ursula says, but there's a period after every word. Make sure he's happy.
She clicks her phone off, puts it in her pocket, and you see her demeanor change entirely, as if she had walked in and been a pleasant, just onlooker the entire time. She takes her glass.
What a metamorphosis. So now we're...
No. I'm a woman of many talents, you should know that.
Then
So
why
your
don't we
other
test
question?
on a slightly more tougher meat? I'm sure you are aware, I'm sure even you read the headlines, probably to brag over things that you can say I told you so over, but speaking as someone who is impatient for tomorrow's headlines, there is a dark cloud that is currently hanging over our fair city of opportunity. Have you had any further visions of this blight that stalks our streets. I believe he walks and heads back to the table for a moment to his desk, and he pulls out a newspaper and he flicks to the front page and holds it up. What is the current headline, Tommy, with regards to the thing that is stalking LA?
10th victim found last night. Same MO. Liver missing.
Many things I won't tell people that shouldn't know, if that's what your concern is.
Ida, I've been in this game a very long time, which has taught me temperance and patience. But it has limits. Sure, you know that currently the atmosphere is slightly charged. Life is becoming close to untenable. I don't have time for tomorrow's headline. After all, everyone has a liver, even friends. And when people are disappearing at such a rate, such an alarming rate, you never know when someone else might go missing. Someone very important to you.
Well, I have had a vision. And one that stays hidden and quiet and out of the way of next headlines. So if you know what you're doing and you're doing it well enough, then you shouldn't need to be asking me the questions you already know the answers to. And now I am wasting my time and yours.
You're never wasting my time, Ida. And I have time aplenty.
Don't we both know that? And Tommy, I have to mark corruption because I told him a false vision.
Go ahead. Mark that corruption.
Okay.
Tommy?
Have a date.
I may also have to mark corruption.
Oh no!
Here we go. Let's get it rolling. Why do you have to mark corruption, Auden?
When you make use of someone as an unwitting or unwilling pawn in your schemes.
See, okay, I have a question then. Because would I know that I am being used as a pawn? Because I think as Ida, she would always know that she is a pawn to Auden.
Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't have survived so long in your position.
Yeah, no, she
coming to my
definitely-
apartment.
I think
if
it's-
you, yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
think it's more the
definitely-
unwilling part, though.
Yes,
like,
it's unwilling. Yeah.
You're,
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
always
you're-
unwilling. Yeah, that's
yeah, it's the unwilling part. So yes, please mark corruption, Auden, as well. Good, good. We get the corruption train rolling.
Okay. Making notes. Um. Is there anything else you need from me? Because I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Well, I hope you have plenty of time. After all, there's a killer on the loose. I
Yes, Auden. There is a killer on the loose.
Something tells me I'll persevere. Can you say the same?
Maybe you're the one who's the Oracle then. If you think you know everything.
No, but perhaps next time I'll call the Oracle and not the understudy. Believe you know the way out. And Auden is going to walk out.
Yeah,
to
she
his
sets
bedroom.
the glass down immediately and takes that as her cue and walks to the front door and immediately heads out.
All right. It is perhaps 30 minutes later when the elevator doors open once again. There's Clarence with Mr. Rebane and an additional guest.
So, Tommy, I have something.
Uh-huh.
I have a move. And that move basically gives me the ability to pull from my extensive collection something of value. Now, I've had some time. I know a little bit about Mr. Rebane. So, I'm open to either you or Trav choosing, but something that seems like it would be a collectible item, a piece of Hollywood memorabilia, something obscure, maybe even occultish, that is on display very prominently in my penthouse at the moment, and that is using objects to art.
All right. Do you have to roll for anything, or is that just a thing that happens?
You have acquired a number of objects, relics, and artifacts over your many lifetimes. You have enough space to house them at your penthouse, 1 or 2 staff to curate and care for the priceless items. Once per session, you may obtain an item from your collection that will serve as the perfect gift to an NPC of your choice.
We can
It's
bend
only
that
for
a
an
little bit.
NPC, then yeah.
We can bend that a little bit.
So I want something of old Hollywood, something obscure, something unusual that I can use to
What
credit
if
myself
it's
with somewhat
not
of a trade.
old Hollywood? What if it is what's his name? I feel like this is something Rebane, and it fits your theme here perfectly. What if it is something of an old Kurosawa film? The Japanese, famous Japanese director for samurai movies back in the day.
Sure.
Okay.
Would that be?
In which case,
It's more like niche cult stuff.
he has it not on DVD, not on Blu-ray, not on VHS. He has it actually on film, and it is currently loaded into his home cinema, ready to go. And I'll keep
You've
that
got like
in
an
mind.
original reel, an original Kurosawa film reel.
So, yeah, you guys arrive in a very, very fancy penthouse apartment.
Otto's like leaning close to Joe and kind of whispering as the ding and the doors open up, and he says, "Why do you think people want to live this high up? And like, what's the point being this high up?"
I don't know, man. Rich people like this shit. They like to be really high up and spend a ton of money on a small amount of space. Hey, how's it going? All right.
Hey, how's it going?
Party can start.
We are the party.
Yeah, I know.
He is now dressed, obviously. He's got
Anything.
out of his kimono and back into his normal suit. He's literally changed out of his suit into a kimono just to meet Ida, and then out of the kimono and back into an actual suit. And he doesn't wear a tie, shirt, kind of like unbuttoned a couple of buttons, standing having a drink, waits for them to come in and turns and says, well, if you're the party, then I guess I'm the favors. And he gestures over to the bar, and the actual bar top has been cleared of any glasses or drinks, anything like that. And there are 3 small cigarette cases with pre-rolled joints in them, all labeled. We have on offer for you a sativa, Harlequin. We have the famous White Widow, obviously, and Super Lemon Haze, if you fancy something a little different.
Is that like a herbal tea or something? What are you talking about? Are you talking about the real thing?
Hey man, you're not a cop, are you?
Believe
My
me,
friend wants to know if you're a
cops don't
cop.
get paid this well. And cops don't take such an interest in, this.
Dude.
And he has on his desk just the script laid out in front of him.
Like, this all seems really legit, but I just gotta ask, and I'm sorry, man, I just need a yes or no answer. Are you a cop? You get me.
No, I'm not a cop.
Legally, you have
Cool.
to tell him or it's entrapment.
Yeah, he goes for the joint. He doesn't care which one.
Make yourselves comfortable.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Listen,
You must be
let me- let me
Octavius.
ask-
Yeah, man. I'm Octo, man. What's your name?
Call me Auden.
Alden. Yeah, cool. You like a casting director?
No, I'm not a casting director, but I am a potential investor.
Hey now, did you say investor? How's it going? Listen, I want to shake your hand. Joe Rebane, pleased to meet you. Rebane Productions.
Auden
Listen.
walks on over, shakes your hand.
Auden, right? Auden. I want to make sure I get that right. Auden. Great.
Auden is
Amazing.
correct.
Beautiful place. Look at this. In Xanadu, stately Kubla Khan, a stately pleasure dome decreed. Every beast, 2 of every beast of the land, sea, and air. Cost, no man can say. It's from Citizen Kane. You like Citizen Kane? You ever see Citizen Kane? It's a good movie.
You know what I like? I like a classic. I like classic scotch. I like classical music. And I like classical movies. Cult classics.
Sure.
I understand you're
Cult.
something of a savant at this.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure. In addition to, being a cineast, right? I think that's what Octo would call me, a cineast. I'm also a collector. I maintain and curate the collection of, I know her name. I just had it. Sharona Normandy. She was Silent Star, passed away. So I curate the Normandy collection here in Hollywood, but also directed some films, produced some stuff. Octo here is a very talented actor and producer. So great to have him along today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on a classical monologue right now.
Well, I'd be happy
just to hear it.
I mean, I don't want to put you on the
Like right
spot.
now?
No, I think we're
No.
good. I think that's exciting.
I mean, I can
that
do
thought
it,
there.
man. Like whatever.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm out in the
It is
waves
good.
every
I've heard
day. The waves don't wait.
Yeah, they don't. I've heard him rehearsing it, and it's excellent. But it's pretty long, right? I mean, it's you've had to memorize a pretty long.
I mean, yeah.
The acoustics
yeah,
in
I mean,
here
it's
are pretty
long.
good.
It's pretty long. It's like 12 or 13 lines or something. Like, like
Okay.
In a
I
single
have to
take?
keep it under a minute. Well, because like they give you that time limit, man. Like you can't. It's got to be shorter than a minute. It's like you're in and out, in and out. You're just one of many. You're like a cog in the machine. When you're auditioning.
Okay. That's deep. That's pretty deep.
That is
this
true.
is this is the blueberry right here. Is that what this says? Or these are actually labeled?
I'll do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
If you want
So-
to, man, I'll do it. You can record me if you want.
Like pocket one. Okay, I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, just gonna take one of those home with me for the road. if
Sure,
that's
take
all
one
right.
for the road. Why not?
Absolutely. Yeah, don't mind if I do. See, that's got a script there.
So-
I see. Mind if I? What are we looking at here? You got it's pretty exciting. I love scripts.
You are familiar with the conglomerate Netflix.
I am familiar with the conglomerate Netflix. Hey, you got a lighter? You got a lighter on you?
Yeah. Here you go.
You leave it in the limo. Sorry, go ahead. I'm interrupting you. Go ahead. I was going to light this up.
No, that's quite all right. I'm something of a collector. My problem with
Yeah.
Netflix is that it's all digital nowadays, so there's nothing to truly collect. It's kind of a step back, in my opinion.
Sure. Well, that's the death of hard media, really. There was this DVD explosion coming out of VHS. It got so much cheaper. We start spending more money on productions, special features, stuff like that. And then they have this format war. And then, we get rid of all of that. And suddenly it all becomes one, really whitewashed thing. And so, it's a shame, death of hard media, because, whether, you might want to watch a Blu-ray someday. You know what I mean? So just the wheels of progress. But yeah, the Netflix thing, that's huge. Everybody's working. You know what I mean? A lot of shows are doing a lot, spending a lot of money. It's some exciting stuff.
And it's getting a lot cheaper to make movies.
Yes, I've heard. Of course, it really has. It really has. Absolutely. I've been looking at a few projects myself, but haven't hooked up with streaming yet. So that's very exciting. You got that going on.
Well, I just was looking through this and it caught my eye. It's a script.
What you got here?
It's called Blazing Eyes. It's a Netflix film
Blazing
that they're looking to produce over the next
Blazing
few
Eyes.
months.
Like, are the eyes blazing because they're on fire, or like, are they mad? What's going?
Have you ever seen the film What Dreams May Come?
Yeah, man.
Robin
sure,
Williams,
Robin
classic.
Williams.
Oh yes, yeah. It's a good one.
Well, it's something of a retelling of that, but a flip side, an alternate version. Less of a tale of love and struggles, of happiness and love and sacrifice, and more a tale of redemption. It's based on a book by E. Strebeck, I believe. I've heard you're
Excuse me?
something of a
Whoa.
an expert.
No, it's not. It's not called Blazing Eyes. The book is called Eyes of the Fire by E. Strebeck. Is that what this is?
Well, the Netflix special is going to be called Blazing Eyes. They've rechanged the names. In fact, they've changed quite a few things, but that's neither here nor there.
Is that what we're looking at right now? This is a script of. This is a script of. They're adapting it. Is that what you're saying? Like, it's gonna be, I like pick
Well,
it up and
that's the
thumb through it.
plan.
I'm gonna snatch it up and thumb through it.
Yeah. It is a Netflix adaptation of Eyes of Fire.
Oh my god. Oh, they're gonna. I mean, you'll have to excuse me. They're probably gonna completely screw this up. I'd love to take a look at this. Yeah, I am. I am very familiar with the source material. I've given campus talks. I've been invited to a couple of colleges to talk about Easterbeck. Kind of enigmatic figure. Eyes of Fire is a esoteric classic literature. The first printing is absolutely scarce, but the second printing pops up now and then, and it's recognized as it's sold as a work of fiction, but fans, we're talking about a cult following. Most of us regard it as a work of nonfiction and an actual document of one man's journey through the early stages of the afterlife. And it's not a widely held view, but if you look at it closely, it's there. So that's fascinating because I've actually been working on a script my own adaptation of Eyes of Fire. Yeah, Octos, I've read some of it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, by the way. It's really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
See, I'm
So,
something of a
crazy.
cinephile myself, and it just so happened that this opportunity hit my desk. Potential investments. Movies are, well, they're not, as we say, made like they were back in the day. Can you imagine Citizen Kane shot all green screen, limited budget, Netflix special, maybe even stretch it out into a series?
Well, I don't know. I actually think that Citizen Kane as like a mini series, like a limited run, would be really good because, like, I feel like the Rosebud thing was really rushed, but like in a limited series format, you could really like dig in deep into that. You could like you pecker it into like episode 1, right? Like you hear the name, but it's not even like part of the story. Somebody just says Rosebud, and by the time you get to the end, like you get it, man. In a limited series, you would get it.
Sure. Yeah. So like a season based on the oh my god. Listen, okay, so and I would serve in what aspect on you're going to produce this?
Have you read it? I mean, you've skimmed it, right?
I'm scared. No, I have to sit and read it for. I mean, you have to give me a few minutes. I'm just now taking a look at this. But
Take your time,
yeah,
Otto. Try the. I believe the Harlequin is specifically good. It's good strain, so I'm told.
Okay. Hey, you good? And he picks up the Harlequin. He doesn't light it yet. He's like waving it around in front of his face, like almost, and then like he pulls it down. He's like, "You thumbed anybody for the lead yet for your project? You got anybody in mind, like any big names or anything?"
From what I understand, Netflix has already got their eye on some A-listers.
Like real A-listers? Are we talking like Netflix A-listers?
Between you and
Like,
I, what are real A-listers?
I don't know, man. I know a couple of people who are real good. They've done real well for themselves. I got a friend who like, he's a big deal, man. He's an A-lister. I don't know if he would do a Netflix show, but I would. If somebody, if that opportunity came along.
He pulls out a small notepad and says, why don't you drop me their information? Perhaps I'll give them a call in the future.
Well, I don't
Put in a
know,
good
man.
word.
He's like really religious, and like I think he likes his privacy. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say this, that there's a lot of religious imagery in this film. Could be a perfect match made in, I won't say heaven. It's not really with the going of the rest of the film, but
Dude, I mean, like he's like my besides Joe, he's my best friend. You know what I mean? I can't just give you his private phone number.
why don't I
But
give you a
an
business
audition?
card instead?
Oh.
I mean,
Alright, yeah.
if he's your best friend and he's an A-lister, I'm sure you have great chemistry.
But let me ask you a question, man. Do you surf? Do you go out on the waves?
I haven't surfed in a very long time, but I used to. Back when
Okay.
boards were still carved of wood.
You ever thought like other planets, man, like their oceans might be made of entirely different chemicals than ours? Like you could be on a planet and the ocean's made out of gas, like poison gas, and like you're surfing on that, it's pushing you up into the air, but like that gas is getting in your mouth, man, and like you're choking on it. Like you ever think about that? Like how would you even do it on a planet like that? Like how would you surf? You know what I mean?
I think a situation like that, well, it's very similar to a situation on stream or on a movie. You have one shot to get it right, and you best not choke. You don't look like the kind of individual who chokes.
It's true. I try not to, but like that fear is there, right? Like every time I'm putting myself out there, putting myself like, give me a shot, man. I'm just saying, give me a shot. And like if I choke, like I know that's it, right? You ever feel like that? Like if you just mess something up once, you know what I mean? Like that's your
There's
shot.
always risk. There's always risk involved in these sorts of things, Otto. There's always the risk that something will fall through, something will get messed up, but at the same time, you and your friend here seem to be cinephiles, so you should know that some of the greatest moments in cinema history, they come from improvisation. I mean, the classic, I'm walking here. Simply a misdirection, a taxi driver, impatient, refusing to obey the street signs, and decided to run past one of the security who was closing off the street for a scene, nearly run over, and it became an iconic song, not just culturally, but it's part of cinema history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you, man. What I'm saying is like I live every day with fear, right? Like I don't know if I'm gonna ever amount to anything, if I'm gonna ever achieve any of my dreams. And what I want to know, if my buddy here and me are getting into business with you, I guess is like, I don't know, man, what are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of making the wrong decision, having to live with that for the rest of my days, and fading into obscurity.
That's legit, man. I feel that.
Just out of curiosity,
Tommy.
you... give me
No,
one
go on.
second, man. Do you have an agent?
Oh, I'm like kind of between agents right now. Like I'm spending a lot of my time on the waves, like hoping somebody finds me.
Tommy, I'd like the talent agent to come in now.
Tommy, I want to use my intimacy move as well at this time.
Muted, Tommy.
And how do we feel that Auden has responded at this time?
That's a good question. I feel like he didn't deflect. I don't know if he was honest or not. But it doesn't say he has. Oh no, he has to. Did he answer the question honestly? It does say that. So was Auden honest?
In a roundabout sort of way, yes, he genuinely did. He threw a lot of chaff in there as well, but the real answer was in there.
Cool. All right, then I'll mark it.
All right.
So,
and as the talent agent comes in, I think we're going to take a wrap on this scene for the moment, because I want to hop over quickly to this evening Juniper Perry, there is a task that you've been asked to help out with by a certain film director who has hired you for this job, someone that you've run into in his attempts to put together something that seems a bit altruistic on the surface. He's asked you to go and essentially attempt to hire people from Skid Row in LA to essentially work for him and do production stuff and perhaps cast them in certain elements. And it's certainly not easy talking to people who have been living on the streets. A lot of them are wary of other people, especially those who come with offers that are perhaps a bit too good to be true. But you get a phone call from a man that you have been sort of keeping in touch with, sort of your contact among the people of Skid Row. A man that goes by the name of Kieran. Do you pick up the phone?
Yeah.
Juniper, I don't know how to say this, but can you come down here? Can you, drop by?
Yeah, Kieran, where do you want me to drop by? Normally just
usual. The warehouse on 42nd.
Yeah, I'll be there. You like right now, or do I got some time?
I mean, can you, as soon as you can?
Yeah, let me just... Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll be right there.
All right.
Can I like bring you something? You want like a coffee? I was gonna get a coffee.
No food, no drink. Just, you'll know. Just, something's happened.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. Okay. See you, man. Almost hang up on him.
All right.
Immediately,
You head down
she
to Skid Row?
What street the warehouse is on. Doesn't remember.
So it takes you probably a few moments of driving down streets that people would say are best not driven down, especially in the evening. There is quite a few tents that have been set up around here. This is definitely a bit of an area where tent cities have been set up. And you're eventually flagged down by Kieran, who finds you not outside the warehouse on 42nd Street.
Yeah.
Juniper, you sort of, if you like roll up and roll down your window, he'll sort of come over, and he's dressed in sort of like several coats that have definitely seen better days, sort of big unkempt beard, ragged sort of knit beanie. Juniper, you remember that guy you were talking to about with you had like a job offer for him or something like that?
Oh yeah, totally. I remember him.
I don't. Can you? He's in a real bad way.
Oh no, what do you mean?
And he looks real fidgety and like he's definitely looking around nervously. I think it's best you see it.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I'll park the Prius. Just give me a second. Can you like get away for a second from my window so I can?
Yeah. Sorry.
Jeez,
He backs
okay.
away.
All right, I roll my window up. Go park my brand new Prius.
And he's sort of waiting nervously, fidgeting for you as you park the car.
Okay. Did you say it's nighttime?
Yeah, it's probably about 7:30, 8 p.m. So not too late, but the sun has gone down.
Okay. I'll park and get out, make a point to lock my car and walk over to Kieran, and she'll say like, man, you look like pretty nervous.
Yeah, no, just just follow me. Just follow me.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll lead the way.
He leads you down the street. A number of people move out of your way nervously, avoiding eye contact. You know a few of these people, you've spoken to them, you've helped some of them out, and you've made job offers to some of the other ones. And Kieran takes you down to a sort of a tent that has been set up just slightly off the main street in a little alley. And he looks at you nervously. You haven't eaten recently, have you?
That's a really weird question, Kieran. No, I haven't.
Good. I didn't know who else to call. And
Yeah,
he pulls back.
what do you want to show me? Okay.
And inside, you see. You don't recognize him because inside you see a bloody mess as there is a man whose ribs have been basically just like pulled open.
Okay. She would look in and like close like the tent flap and be like, dude, Kieran, what the fuck, man? I'm not a doctor.
I mean, I don't know who
Kieran,
else.
I drive a fucking Uber.
I thought maybe I don't know. I thought maybe you knew someone who I don't know who to call.
I don't
Who
know.
are we supposed to...
That guy's dead.
And as you say that, that's when the city begins to rumble and roll. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
With the words, I drive a fucking Uber. Let us Uber on around and check in with our cast and crew. Let's hear your favorite part, where we can find you on the internet. And then immediately afterwards, we are going to go raid Laugh Love Lindy because they are kicking off an amazing alien session right now. So let's begin with the wonderful Jonathan Fry, also known as Octoman.
Hi, I'm Don. I had a great time. I loved getting to know everybody's characters. I loved getting to play in Tommy's LA. It was so much fun. I'm looking forward to next week and to seeing where this story goes. I'm all about trying to make this movie, trying to live the dream. And thank you, Josh, for extending the opportunity. We'll see. Yeah, I have my suspicions as a player, but I'm all about it. Thank you all for watching us tonight. It means a lot. I love this crew. Friday Night Frights is awesome. I'm looking forward to a brand new story. That's it. You can find me on Twitter at Jonathan Fry. I write stuff. I run other games. I stream other places. But I'm always very, very happy to be here. So you can find me there. And please check out all of these other amazing people too. I'm very grateful to be a part of this. Thank you.
And the devil himself, Josh, aka Auden Thornhearts.
I feel like I've immediately been branded with a harsh color. This filter that you have all thrown upon me, unnecessary. The Eden Core is all about bringing a better tomorrow, today. I can't wait to repeat that so many times that you want to be sick, physically sick. Because that's how I really feel about advertising in real life. But it's been an absolute blast. I cannot wait. I sent Tommy some shit, and he was just like, yes. And I was like, I'm so happy. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing more with all of these wonderful people. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you guys back here next Friday to continue in this wonderful adventure. You can follow me online if you do want to at roleplayers_TV on Twitter, where I will be posting where I'm going to be, but where you should be here is Friday nights for Fright Night Fridays, because that's where it's all at. And yeah, be here, enjoy it, follow all these wonderful people, because if you don't, management will find out.
Oh boy, and someone who's going to have to explain a lot to her manager very soon. Juniper Perry, played by Lydia Heels. Hi, friend.
Hey, I'm so glad I'm getting to fulfill my dream of knowing what it's like to be an Uber driver. That's all. This is great. Thank you, Tommy. This is so much fun. Okay. Anyways, I'm Lydia Heels on Twitter. You can find me there. I'm here on Fridays. I'm going to be here in like 2 Mondays with Trav, and we're going to play another Baby Yoda game, which is I'm really excited about. You can follow me on Twitter. I do games sometimes, mostly here. Mostly my Twitter is just a lot of pictures of my dog. So if you're into dogs, follow me, Resident Dog Girl.
And armed with Bond villain Cat and bringing us the spooky visions, Ida June, played by With a Brick. Hi, Ray.
hey. Hey, I'm Ray. I'm with Brick. Right there. That's where you can find me. Yeah, Ida June's great. I'm loving this so far. It's so hard for me to play a badass with a straight face because I just love all of you. So that's going to be fun to try and knock that out of my system because I can't help but smile in the presence of this amazing group. But yeah, I am excited to be here. This has been great so far. Can't wait to see where it goes. You can catch me on Tuesday for the finale of my homebrew D&D 5e game over on the Scraticus Academy at 9 p.m. EDT. I'm back here Thursday at 3 p.m. EDT next week for Savage Worlds Deadlands Noir. I play a circus freak and she's awesome. And then Friday, I'm back here playing Ida June, and that's pretty much all I have going on for a little while. So yeah, if I have anything else, check my Twitter and it'll be there. But yeah, thanks Tommy, thanks everybody else. As usual, I love this group, I love this game, so I'm excited.
And with blazing eyes and a wondrous brain, J. Francis Ravine, played by producer Trav. Hi, bestie Trav, how you doing?
Oh, I don't know. Hey, bestie. So this was badass. Satan wants to make my movie. Hashtag Satan wants to make my movie. It's good times. We're talking about what we're talking about doing with this game. What's going to happen is this character is basically going to make a doomed feature, and I'm going to go through every drop of it, and you're all just going to get real tired of me talking about the film process and how I would go about doing it. We're all family, including people watching at this point. So I would like to make a movie next year, and I'm working on it. So I'm just down to kind of play this out, and that's what this is for. And it's a great group. I love it when there's great group chemistry, and it's a special thing. So listen, the Aliens episode's going on right now over on Laughs of Lindy. Even if you don't get to watch it live, you got to come back and check out this Aliens episode. It's some badass shit. We went so hard. I made like 2 original videos. There's mystery guests. There's big surprises. I'm super proud of it. So you got to check it out. Thank you for having me. I can't wait for next week. You guys are all badasses.
I look forward to getting a full treatment of the movie on my desk on Monday from Travis and my DMs. It's going to happen. I foresee it. Travis, you can't let Netflix make the movie. They will do it wrong, and you know it. But the man who makes no wrong moves because he is our master of ceremonies, Imperator Penguin, a.k.a. Tommy.
Oh my god, y'all, that was great. I loved being able to just kind of really just sit back and let you all just like feel your characters out. Like it was just so enjoyable watching your characters, like getting into character and how your characters relate to each other. It was so good. I was like really happy to be able to just sit back and let y'all do your thing. Thank you so much for being such awesome players. I am at Imperator Pengu on the Twitter sphere. I do some tabletop RPG stuff and some video editing across the interwebs. You can find me tomorrow over on Salty Sweet Games at 12 p.m. Eastern, where we will be playing some more Call of Cthulhu, where equally dark things roam, and we'll see where that goes. I haven't been shot yet, knock on wood. that's a real record for me. But other than that, I'm going to throw it back over to our wonderful host over here.
Thank you so much, Tommy. What a great debut. Cannot wait for next week and for all of the weeks to come as we continue Friday Night Frights. If you didn't watch it, all of SeaWorld is now up and over on our YouTube, so you can catch up with all, I think it's 11 episodes of that. It's horror. It's a system that we've kind of come up with ourselves that Don is drafting. We were playtesting, and I can only promise there will be more of that. And there will be more Encounter Roleplay next week as well. We've got the full Monday to Friday coming up. And currently, we have casting calls open for 1, GMs for our summer season. Go and check our announcements. There's a pinned message in there that tells you how to apply for that. And 2, for our monthly Meat Grinder, which is our charity stream that we run every month. This month, it is on the 28th of June at 3 p.m. It's a Deck of Many Things themed gauntlet, and we will be raising all the money for charity. But I think that is enough of me talking because I am eating into some wonderful aliens time. So let's go to the dark places and let's go together. Try not to roll too many nat ones because I don't know what happens in Powered by the Apocalypse. Take care, everybody.